Hello and welcome to IDDTalks here at AD University. Now I'm joined by a distinguished guest from Greece, Mr. Kostis Geropoulos, who is a co-founder and director of energy and climate policy and security and global media. Warm welcome.
Thank you, Anastasia. Good to be back.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining IDDTalks. Well, the World Urban Forum 13 will take place in Baku, Azerbaijan from 17 to 22nd of May, bringing together the experts and participants, representatives of the United Nations from various countries. And this is indeed very important as it brings the global attention to the future of cities, sustainability and resilience. What role do you believe the urban diplomacy will play in preventing future geopolitical and climate-related crises?
Yeah, as you said, this is a program jointly by the UN Human Settlement Program and the Azerbaijani government. And I think we will see in the future, Azerbaijan can share its experience because of the reconstruction of the Karabakh region. We've seen that, for example, in places where the destruction has almost demolished the entire area, when you reconstruct these areas, it's a good opportunity to, use that to make sure that those cities are built in a sustainable way, and also that, like we see in the Karabakh, but also create a kind of cities of the future where you have a kind of you basically start with a clean slate. So, in this case, it's easier than trying to adapt the current cities into to this kind of situation. But it's also, we've seen also in many other ways where in existing cities you can do energy saving, you can actually adapt those cities to become more sustainable, and also have a plan with the future, but also adapt to the current crisis like climate change. For example, I'm joining you from south of Athens in Greece. Now, I mean, the temperature is perfect today, but the last couple of days we had already really high temperatures. So the summer here is extended, and the summer period is extended too. And in a way, we've seen that in cities they use now more heat preventing sidewalks or buildings and things like that you can protect against climate change, but also make them more sustainable and at the same time also more resilient from fires, any kind of climate related tornadoes, any kind of climate related catastrophes. So the cities of the future have to take that in consideration, and it's actually it's cheaper, and it's actually better than rebuilding.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The experience of Azerbaijan in the post-conflict development is unique and can be shared with other countries, with the participants who are representing the countries also facing the war crisis and the post-conflict development. From an international expert perspective, how Azerbaijan's approach to rebuilding post-conflict cities, where reconstruction is being combined with smart city concepts, renewable strategy, green energy initiative, and large-scale infrastructure development. How Azerbaijan's approach is unique and how exactly it can be shared with other countries?
Well, I visited the Karabakh region a couple of years ago, and I think it's very unique because, in a way, as I mentioned earlier, you start with a clean slate. So in a way, they're planning in so that the cities are completely sustainable, using the resources and adapting to the region. And this can be used in the future rebuilding of Ukraine once this war is over. We can use it, and I think that there is some kind of program for Syria as well between Azerbaijan and in this forum, and this. The forum is also is going to be a leaders forum, so it's not just exchange of ideas, but I think there are going to be agreements signed, and also there are going to be some interesting decisions for the future of sustainable cities in Azerbaijan, and it's going to be joined by world leaders. So I think that Azerbaijan can really play a key role in sharing that experience. I think that recently some of the ambassadors from EU and other states visited the Karabakh region, and they saw firsthand. I remember that that was one of the cases. So, we did that a few years ago, but as I mentioned, the visit by the EU diplomats and foreign leaders was in the last couple of weeks, I think.
Yes, indeed. Just recently, diplomats from about 150 countries visited Karabakh and witnessed the development, the perspectives, and the possibilities in the post-conflict recovery. And we all know that Azerbaijan is also positioned itself as a hub, as a regional transport hub, from where the very important and global transport projects, transport artery are passing. So how important do you believe middle powers are in shaping the future of sustainable urban development on the example of Azerbaijan?
I think that every country and middle countries, they can share their experience, and also, they have kind of not limited resources, but they're restrained in some aspects. So I think in this way, they can really offer some definitely advice in how to, and Azerbaijan in a way too, because we're building the green corridor, and also trying to build sustainable energy. It's not, it's a very hydrocarbon rich producer, but in cases of cities, because people say, okay, what difference is going to make? You're already making a lot. It's like the everyday. There was a recent study of how, like, one of the leading causes of death is pollution, right? So in this case, if you're able to improve the situation in the cities, it doesn't matter. Okay, you may not be able to contribute so much into climate change and everything worldwide, but we know we have conflicts, we have now wars going on. It's a very difficult task. But if you manage to create a very interesting environment and a small ecosystem within the cities, we've seen now in Athens, actually not that far from where I am right now in Guglielmeni, we had an old airport which actually closed down in 2004. When we had the Olympics, that area was completely deserted for years, and it was basically, people were dumping things and stuff, and then, there was nothing. Now they're creating a forest, but also, they're developing the area. So if you build, like, in Baku, when in this city, when you go around the promenade and you have all this green and trees, those trees are going to grow, and in 20 years you're going to have a forest. So in this case, you're going to have you improve the quality of life around the cities. So I think, Azerbaijan can offer a lot of advice, and I'm sure that they have gotten some ideas from other countries as well. But you improve the quality of the city, like you did with a white city. When it used to be black city before, you improve the quality of life. You reduce the pollution, and all together. This is also good for public health. That's why also this conference is very important, because it's, as I mentioned, it's about human settlement program. It's also about, the UN is very active in health issues. And so, this is an important development.
Kostis, many developing cities face a difficult balance between the urbanization and preserving historical identity. How can governments avoid losing cultural heritage while also pursuing rapid urban transformation?
You start off with the plan when you to do it in a way so that you maintain the cultural identity. But that means the facade, the whatever is remaining and has been salvaged from the war. And also in Greece, this here, the whole area is, we're pretty good about this. You find, even from the times of the Peloponnesian War, or even back in antiquity, in the Romans, the policy was like basically scorched earth, and then you start over again. But then, as you dig, you find out some things that have persevered over the years. And when we're building the metro here, we were actually finding all these antiquities, and then they use that as part of the metro, which normally nobody would bother to dig. And in this case, also in Karabakh, things that have been managed to survive the whole the conflict and the devastation of war. I saw some mosques, I saw some buildings. Some of the facades have been able to maintain. You can, use that experience and rebuild them. In a way, also the nature around it, because unfortunately, because of the mining and the war and everything, but actually nature had persevered. So in terms of green and environment, the area is pretty nice in overall. So you can use that, which already exists, and then you build sustainable cities. And once the demining, of course, takes place and everything, and it's more safe to go everywhere. I think it has a good chance. I'm pretty sure that Karabakh is going to be one of the greenest and more sustainable places to be.
Right, Kostis, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining IDDTalks.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you.